Welcome to another edition of Teams Agenda This Week, a special report that focuses on the activities and achievements of the Teams Agenda of Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. For many countries across the world, abandoned, broken down vehicles are not issues as laws are strictly adhered to and agencies in charge of towing and evacuating carry out their duties effectively. In Nigeria, and particularly in Lagos, the case is quite different as abandoned, broken down vehicles are quite a familiar sight. The problem is not an absence of law or agencies, but the commitment and political will for its execution. To this end, these vehicles contribute to traffic gridlock, serve as hiding spot for criminal elements, illegal arms, among other ills associated with insecurity. In Lagos State, the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, through the 6-pillar team's developmental agenda, however, recognizes the negative impact of this situation and has taken bold steps to stem this trend by inaugurating a committee to ensure that abandoned vehicles are not only removed from the state, but that Lagosians become aware of the dangers. This week on the program, Adewale Olowo-Poroku of our News and Current Affairs Department focuses on the activities and achievements of the Lagos State Removal of Abandoned Vehicles Committee, RAVC, as they relate to the Traffic Management and Transportation Trust of the Team's agenda as envisioned by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. An abandoned, broken down vehicle is simply said to be the mechanical failure of a motor vehicle in such a way that the underlying problem prevents the vehicle from being operated at all, or impedes the vehicle's operation so much that it is very difficult or nearly impossible or dangerous to operate, or else at risk of causing further damage to the vehicle. Abandoned, broken down vehicles can undermine the quality and standard of living in a society by potentially contributing to further problems such as occupying scarce parking spaces in urban areas, obstructing drivers' vision, especially at night, being used by the homeless or street prostitutes, combustible gasoline, and other dangerous fluids, and attracting children. To prevent all this and achieve a city worthy of a mega status, the Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Transportation on December 27, 2019, inaugurated a 10-member ad hoc committee to oversee the issue of vehicles abandonment on highways and major streets to further ease free flow of traffic in the metropolis. The Commissioner for Transportation in the state, Frederick Oladende, who performed the inauguration, charged members of the committee to see their appointments as call to duty and as an opportunity to assist the state government to address the issue of constant traffic gridlocks in the metropolitan city of Lagos. Oladende hinted that the ministry would further train them on how to do the job in the most civil way, as the government's intention for inaugurating the committee was to improve the traffic situation in the state and not to punish anyone. The conditions upon which any vehicle could be declared and treated as an abandoned vehicle by the committee include vehicles which had been left unattended or stationary for a period of time, any vehicle parked upon or within 10 feet of the traveled portion of the highways, any vehicle parked in the frontage of a private property in excess of 7 days or in a public property for more than 30 days without being attended to. Among their terms of reference are identification of the abandoned vehicles, where they were parked, and subsequently reporting such to the authority, recording the locations of the vehicles, street names, mode and make of the vehicles, vehicle particulars, including photographs and other convincing evidence about the vehicles, and pasting of removal notifications on such vehicles. The reference also stated that a vehicle or equipment shall not constitute an abandonment if such equipment or vehicle are used or to be used in construction sites or in the operation or maintenance of highways or public utilities, facilities, or left in a manner that does not interfere with normal vehicular movement. Chairman of the committee, Babatunde Ige, who pledged the commitment of the members to the vision of the state government in unlocking traffic gridlocks in the state, did not take the mandate lightly, as the committee removed over 1,000 abandoned vehicles in the year 2020 despite the outbreak of the coronavirus, and over 200 in the year 2020, with call to residents urging them to always certify their vehicles' mechanical condition before putting them on the road. How did the committee achieve this feat, you might wonder? Well, Babatunde Ige explained that its 72 hours removal notice is pasted on an identified abandoned vehicle, at the expiration of which the vehicle will be towed away if the owner failed to remove it. Owners of the evacuated vehicles have 90 days within which to claim such vehicles with the presentation of a valid means of identification, proof of ownership, and payment of the stipulated fines into the state government coffers.
For any report we get of an abandoned vehicle, we send a team there to first take pictorial evidence of such vehicles, know the state of the vehicle, to ascertain if truly that vehicle is abandoned. That's one. Then if it is constituting a hindrance to the free flow of traffic, that's another one. Then we paste a removal notice, giving the owner 72 hours, which is 3 days, to remove the vehicle. So it is termed as if probably the vehicle may be under some emergencies, or probably they needed to repair something. So after 3 days, if the owner or owners, as it were are unable to remove it, so we come in with our own team and we remove such a vehicle to our pond. That is part one of how we operate. The part two is any vehicle that is on the highway. According to the Lagos traffic law, such vehicle should be regarded as an abandoned vehicle and must be removed instantly. Immediately the vehicles are entering into our pond, a ticket is issued against such vehicles and for stipulated fines to be paid. So, and toll charge will be paid on them before they are released. And before they are released, we will have to ascertain the authenticity of the papers that will be brought by the would-be owner or whoever that is coming to claim them. According to the law, we are allowed to hold those vehicles for 90 days. So after 90 days, if the owner or owners do not show up, we transfer all of the records of those vehicles to the Ministry of Transportation, who in turn will make a publication in the National Daily of listing all the vehicles and employing all the owners to get possession of their vehicle. And they will give them another 30 days. After 30 days, making it 120 days now, if the owners do not still show up, then the ministry will approach the courts and they will get a judgment from the court to either auction those vehicles or they send them to crush, depending on the state of the vehicle.
Another method through which the committee has effectively carried out the mandate of addressing the issue of constant gridlock in the metropolitan city of Lagos and prevent the loss of manpower, among other issues related to traffic jam, is through the launch of its mobile application, RAVC Lagos, which is accessible on Google Play Store for free. The RAVC Lagos app affords residents the opportunity to join hands with the state government to find a lasting solution to daily traffic congestion by reporting any disused or abandoned vehicle in their community via the new mobile app.
What we have done is just picking little from something that is very, very big. And we have come up with so many innovations, and those innovations we will try to improve on. We have an app that we need to publicize more so that it will be easy for members of the public to get across to us or report abandoned vehicle to us. Yes, we should obey the law. There are laws guiding movement of vehicles from one point to the other and how we should handle our vehicle. There are so many, most especially roadside mechanics. All of them should try as much as possible. Meet the Ministry of Transportation. There are mechanic villages across Lagos that are still free and are still available for mechanics to use, rather than turn all the streets to mechanic villages.
After reviewing the activities of the Removal of Abandoned Vehicles Committee, on the 8th of February 2022, the Lagos State government lifted the suspension it earlier placed on the RAVC ad hoc operations in the state. This followed a thorough appraisal and review of the operational guidelines of the team in accordance with the law of the state as captured in the Traffic Sector Reform Law TSRL 2018. The Sanwo-Olu administration ensured that operatives were subjected to more professional training on the discharge of their duties in respect to the removal of stationary and abandoned vehicles on Lagos roads. Chairman of the committee gives more insight to its operations since the suspension was lifted.
Coming back from the training, since the suspension has been lifted, we have seen a new improved service ranging from them. Now we engage members of the public more with some of the innovative measures embarked upon is that each of those ad hoc, the head of operation should physically meet with all the DPOs in charge of their jurisdiction, all the council chairmen, the legislators, the councillors, then all the chiefs and the obas and the valets of the areas they covered. All members of the CDC or CDAs present in that locality should all be involved in whatever program they want to do now. So most of the abandoned vehicles that will be taken from that domain will be reported mostly by these stakeholders. And the advantage of this is that we will have less opposition when they want to do the evacuation, because most of the residents are aware that these vehicles has been served or this area has been served notices.
It is worthy to mention that collaboration plays a major role in ensuring the committee succeed in decongesting traffic and rid the metropolis of abandoned vehicles, and some of the agencies that the committee partners with include the Lagos State Task Force, Nigeria Security Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority LASTMA, the Nigerian Army, Nigeria Police Force, and the media, among others. Some Lagos residents react to the menace of abandoned vehicles and the efforts of the Sanwo-Olu administration to ensure that the trend becomes a thing of the past.
Well, the only thing I believe that Lagos State can do about the abandoned vehicle is to tow it to anywhere they know that is very safer. If the owner can come and claim it, that will be later. Because some of the abandoned vehicle, all these criminals normally use it for a hiding now. That's where they normally hide their weapons or whatsoever.
I feel they should get a very large place whereby abandoned vehicles are being parked, so they won't be on the road, also they won't be there.
To tackle abandoned vehicles, I think the easiest thing they can do is they take the vehicles away and they could auction them, make more revenue for the year, or sell them to those that buy scrap metal.
It is with a great amount of confidence that one can say that the Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration is a responsible one that does not only believe in planning, but also matching words with actions to achieve a greater and livable Lagos for all. This is where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of the special report on the activities and achievements of the team's agenda, with focus on the operations of the Lagos State Committee on Abandoned Vehicles as they relate to the Traffic Management and Transportation Trust of the team's agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. For feedback, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Twitter at Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can now download our app Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM from Play Store for more updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolago.